Shizuka woke up just after 4 in the morning, feeling the urge to go to the bathroom. Half asleep, she opened her eyes and saw Nobita. A scream tore through the quiet house. She thought, "We're not even married yet. What are you doing?" Nobita quickly explained he wasn't trying to scare her. Shizuka told him to leave immediately, but Nobita said he couldn't go just yet. The story actually started yesterday. Nobita had plans to hang out with Shizuka, but he forgot, leaving Shizuka waiting for a long time. Doraemon was speechless at Nobita's terrible memory, so he took out a human-use timer switch to help him. It could carry out whatever Nobita had planned for the day, even if he didn't want to do it. Hearing this, Nobita decided to plan his whole schedule for the next day. After school, from 2 to 3 in the afternoon, he would do his homework. At 3, he would go visit Shizuka. He even planned to buy some gum along the way, as a little apology for missing yesterday. At 5 in the afternoon, there was a TV show he wanted to watch, so he planned to jog home 20 minutes early. Dinner would be at 6:30. Before long, Nobita had written down all his plans. Next, he just needed to set them on the timer switch. With that done, he went to bed early. By 2 in the morning, Nobita woke up. Dazed, he put on his glasses and turned on the desk lamp. Just as he was about to start his homework, he realized he was fully awake. He wanted to go back to sleep, but his body wouldn't obey him. Then he remembered the watch he was wearing. Looking closely, he realized he had accidentally set the afternoon schedule for the morning. Resigned, he had no choice but to do his homework. He worked for an hour, and by 3, he was finally done. He thought he could go back to sleep, but his body still refused to cooperate. Once outside, he remembered he needed to go to Shizuka's house at 3. Passing a snack shop on the corner, he didn't want to wake the shop owner, but his fists wouldn't listen, and they smashed the door. The shopkeeper glared and asked Nobita what he was doing. Nobita asked for a piece of gum. The shopkeeper's face turned red with anger, but he still sold it to him. Even though Nobita got scolded, he understood the shopkeeper's feelings. Finally, Nobita arrived at Shizuka's door. He climbed into her bedroom. Shizuka was having a sweet dream. Nobita had to stay quiet. By just after 4 in the morning, Shizuka woke up. She wanted to go to the bathroom, but when she opened her eyes, she saw Nobita. Nobita explained the whole timer switch situation. Shizuka listened and understood his predicament. Nobita offered her the gum as an apology for yesterday. Shizuka said it really wasn't a big deal. Then it was time for Nobita's next task. He needed to jog 20 minutes back home. Looking at the gum Nobita had given her, Shizuka smiled, feeling relieved. Even though Nobita was tired, he couldn't stop. The eastern sky was slowly starting to lighten. Nobita's mom didn't expect him to wake up so early today. Nobita said he was there for dinner. She was stunned. After dinner, she told Nobita to get dressed for school quickly, but Nobita insisted he still needed to go to bed early afterward. Nobita's mom's face turned red with frustration. Doraemon was completely confused about what was going on. What does Shizuka want most for her birthday? The answer might surprise you. It was Shizuka's birthday. Nobita secretly used the hair-pulling mirror to pluck a single strand of her hair. Then he took off without looking back. Back in his room, Doraemon pulled out a checking machine. He placed Shizuka's hair into the data box. A virtual Shizuka appeared on the screen. It was basically the same as talking to the real her. Want a huge snack bundle? A whole month's worth of leftovers. Shizuka didn't look happy at all. So Nobita brought out a box of magazine freebies, stuff he'd saved up over an entire year. Shizuka turned her back immediately. Nobita was completely at a loss. What do you want most? An electronic piano. That's impossible. Way too expensive. Then what's your second choice? A pretty dress. Nobita nearly blew a fuse. Then what's your third choice? Shizuka smiled faintly. A tennis court. Nobita was losing his mind. This girl has 0 sense. Who asks for something this expensive? After all, it was just her hair. She didn't know your financial situation anyway. Nobita felt crushed. It seemed impossible to make Shizuka happy. Then Doraemon stepped in. Why not ask what her favorite food is? That actually sounded promising. My second favorite is cheesecake. That wasn't the question at all. Not second. Your favorite. Shizuka seemed to miss the point again. My third favorite is sushi. Nobita completely gave up. It's like she doesn't want to tell us. That didn't make sense. The checking machine wouldn't lie. It had to be some kind of secret. After enough pressing, Shizuka finally blushed and admitted it. Roasted sweet potatoes. She'd always dreamed of eating sweet potatoes piled up like a mountain, but eating too many made her gassy, and she didn't want to ruin her ladylike image, so she kept it hidden. Once Nobita and Doraemon found out, they were thrilled. That evening, everyone gathered to celebrate Shizuka's birthday. Soon it was time to exchange gifts. Right then, Nobita and Doraemon arrived. Before Takashi could introduce his present, they cut in confidently. This is definitely what Shizuka likes the most. The door swung open. Inside sat a massive basket of roasted sweet potatoes. Shizuka's face instantly turned bright red. Nobita even blurted out that her dream was to eat mountains of them. Her secret hobby, exposed in front of everyone. Shizuka was mortified. Completely. The party clearly ended on an awkward note. On the way home, Nobita and Doraemon couldn't figure it out at all. Why was she so angry? Could the machine have been broken? Nobita wanted to use the Time TV to sneak a peek at Shizuka when she was grown up. Unfortunately, Shizuka hadn't taken a bath this time. Seeing his future wife so beautiful, Nobita's mouth was practically watering. Shizuka knocked on the door and called for her child to have a snack. Unexpectedly, the child was busy building a rocket robot. Seeing his son so accomplished, Nobita felt incredibly proud. But when Shizuka called the child Hideo, Nobita was a bit confused. Wasn't his son named Kumashira? When the child turned around, Nobita completely panicked. The child looked exactly like Dekisuji. Had Shizuka cheated, or was there some other explanation? Nobita and Doraemon had visited the future before. Shizuka had married Nobita, and even given birth to Kumashira. So what was going on now? Doraemon explained that the future could change. Maybe Shizuka didn't like Nobita anymore, and preferred Dekisuji instead. The more Nobita heard, the sadder he became. Crying, he went to find Shizuka. Shizuka, but his mother-in-law told him that Shizuka was at Dekasuji's house. Nobita's face fell completely. Doraemon suggested Nobita go to Dekasuji's house to see for himself. Dekasuji wasn't just smart and handsome, he was also ambitious. Right now, he was learning how to cook. Both Shizuka and Doraemon couldn't stop praising Dekasuji's skills. Although Nobita was reluctant, he wiped his tears and started eating. Nobita thought cooking was something girls should learn, but Dekasuji believed it had nothing to do with gender. Cooking itself was a joyful activity. When he grew up, he would share household chores with his wife. Shizuka agreed with him completely, even saying, Dekasuji's future wife will definitely be very happy. Nobita was heartbroken. Facing a boy who was both talented and considerate, Nobita was about to give up, but Doraemon reminded him that he could change the future through his own efforts. When Nobita's mother returned home, she found the plates on the table sparkling. The entire house was spotless. Even the hallway was clean. The toilet lid was shiny enough to use as a mirror. Determined to marry Shizuka in the future, Nobita made up his mind to change himself. So what would the future really look like? Nobita and his son were walking down the street when they ran into the grown-up Dekasuji and his wife. Back at Nobita's house, Hideo called out to Dekasuji as dad. It turned out that Dekasuji and his wife were on a business trip to Mars and had temporarily left their son with Nobita's family. That's why Nobita had misunderstood the situation. Meanwhile, Nobita was still asking his mom for chores to do. Seeing Nobita actively trying to improve himself, Doraemon decided to keep this secret safe. Nobita and Shizuka had swapped bodies. The cool breeze under the skirt made Nobita extremely uncomfortable. Meanwhile, after taking over Nobita's body, Shizuka's first move was to head straight to the tree she had always dreamed of climbing. As a child, she had stood beneath it, listening to everyone describe the view from the top and feeling a deep sense of envy. But because she was a girl, her mother never allowed her to climb. It didn't take long before Shizuka successfully reached the highest point she had longed for as a child. Finally, she got to experience the thrill of looking down at the entire town from above. Nobita, on the other hand, joined in a game of jump rope, but he underestimated its difficulty and tripped, falling straight to the ground. Not willing to give up, he tried again, yet he fell hard once more. At this time, Sunio arrived at the open field to play with his remote-controlled car. Shizuka, intrigued, wanted to give it a try. Seeing that it was Nobita, Sunio immediately refused, so Shizuka simply grabbed the controller. Her smooth, effortless operation left Sunio feeling completely outdone. Then John came over to invite them for a game of baseball. Shizuka happily accepted. After all, it was a sport she had always wanted to try. At the baseball field, Shizuka was inexperienced at first and even wore her glove the wrong way. John and the others suspected Nobita had become clumsy again, but when the game began, Shizuka played with fierce skill. She easily caught a difficult pitch, and in the final moment, she hit a home run, turning the game around. Even John couldn't help but admire this impressive Nobita. At that moment, Shizuka had become the center of attention on the field. Meanwhile, Nobita, in Shizuka's body, was performing some inappropriate actions. Shizuka's friends were shocked and started distancing themselves from her. Unable to fit in, Nobita returned dejectedly to Shizuka's house to take a nap. At that moment, Shizuka's mother brought in some snacks. Seeing her daughter in such an improper position, she immediately scolded her. Nobita quickly corrected himself, but when he saw the delicious buns, he became clumsy again. This left Shizuka's mother puzzled. Nobita, now in Shizuka's body, still didn't seem to grasp the joy in it. He immediately ran home to complain to Doraemon, wanting to switch back to his own body, but until Shizuka returned, there was nothing he could do. Soon, Shizuka came back home. It was clear she had had a lot of fun with everyone that day. After going upstairs, Nobita immediately pleaded with her to switch back. To his surprise, Shizuka refused. Even Doraemon was powerless in this situation. As evening approached, Shizuka's mother called for Nobita to take a bath. He reluctantly obeyed. Just as he was about to undress, he finally realized the joy in it. Meanwhile, Shizuka hummed a song as she prepared to change, only to realize something was off after a moment. And just as Nobita was about to fully enjoy the sight,